Okay guys, now we're gonna continue on lab 11. Those are really quick, we can do them really quick, but I want to go back with you to, where did it go? Table of, always remember this table, this is really important. Analyze. So I need to draw this. We said nested loop, or think of them as two-dimensional, for I and j. And if I look here, this is I, the first one, and the second one is j. I, j, row 0, column 0, row 0, column 1, row 0, column 2, row 0, column 3, and so on. And we can see here where he wants the 1. The diagonal, which we have 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, and 5, 5. And if we look at it, do we have those numbers anywhere else? No. So our example is going to be a simple and easy example, and we're going to say, well, and I'm going to do them both together in one program. So I'll say for integer I equals 0, I is less than, we can put here none, and we can have the user input it, cout, enter a number, and we'll enter a number here, cin num semicolon and insert, and I need to declare integer num, and I'll say here I plus plus, I did the rows, those are the rows, and here's the columns. For integer j equals 0, j is less than none, and it has to look like a square matrix, meaning the size has to match, be the similar 5 by 5, a 6 by 6 matrix. So that's why I only use num. So whatever I put num, if it's 5, it's going to be a 5 by 5. If it's a 6, 7, depending on what we have. And we always should remember, the inner loop will finish looping first. So it's going to go from j to num1 first. First it's going to loop, finish the looping. It's going to start from here, I equals 0, and first finish inner loop, which is from 0 to num, and then finish lastly finish this. So now why we go row by row. This is 0, we fill this 0, 0, j is 0, I is 0, j is I is 0, j is 1, I is 0, j is 2. We go row by row, and that's in C++. We can change it and go to the other way, but it's going to be a bit complicated. So I'm saying each time you find one, if I equals j, I want you to print cout a 1, and else cout as 0, and end line should be with this end line. So this is good. This should print the, and this is what it was. CD desktop, and what was it? Compile it and check G++ -O and -O, and I want my output file Gaith, and what's the name of my file? What was it? Lab 11 program 6 and 7. Lab 11 program 6 and oh no, it took me here. Where did it go? Oh no. Program 6 took the address, and is it capture RAM program 6 and program 7 dot cpp. Gaith. I didn't use that one. Come on. Lab 11. Where is it? Oh, it doesn't like the naming that way? And program 7. Program 6. .cpp. Expected semicolon before return. Let's see, and I shouldn't have named it that way, but I'll fix it later. And we can see we can compile again, run again, and put 9, and we can see how this goes. Now I need to do that other diagonal. I want to print the other diagonal, and let's do clear and go back here. And how can I do the other diagonal? I'm gonna need the same thing. See out \n -n, and what I'm gonna do, let's go back to the table. The other diagonal is this one. So what can you see? I have 5 0 4 1 3 2 2 3 1 4 0 5, and we can see what if we add them up, they're gonna equal 5. So I can say I plus j equals 5. Do I have any other place I plus j equals 5? No, and you can check it. So now here I'll say I plus j equals 5. I'm gonna print a 1 else. Okay, so that's good. So we're ready. Save, and let's compile and run it, and let's put 10 10. It's gonna take 1 10. So here's, what about the other one? Why isn't this running? Is the return 0? Shouldn't make a difference, but why did I save it? Oh, why did I save it? Could it be? Okay, I know the problem. It was on that one, the small one. It was I plus j. On a big one, it's gonna be I plus j is gonna be 10. Okay. So let's check it. If I plus j equals 10 or 9 in this case, I think so. Let's see. I had a shift by 1, so 1 2 3 6 7 8 9 10, so it should be 9. So I go back and put it 9, and I'm gonna change it in a minute. I'm gonna show you how to make it flexible with num. Which came exactly when I put 10, so it's gonna be num minus 1. Here I need to put num minus 1 to take any value. Okay, let's try 15. Okay, it's working good, guys. So now let's go to another program, which is call by value and call by reference, and this is really important, guys. So now what do I mean call by value? Send a copy to the calling function, and call by reference, send the address. I'm not sending the copy, I'm sending the actual value, saying the address of a memory location, let's say, or a variable, or whatever they're looking for. So what's the difference now? Say I have two functions, main and sum. And main is gonna call sum and pass some values to it. We can pass it in two ways. Either call by reference, where I'm sending only the addresses of the variables in main that I need to send, and I'm not sending a copy. The problem with this is now function main and sum are sharing the same memory location. They're sharing the same variable. Main send an address, so they're gonna share it. It's not gonna do a copy. Call by value, we send a copy. Main will send the copy to function sum. So whatever sum does with it, it won't affect main's copy. But when we do it by reference, anything happens to the original one will affect the other one copied by. And let's see, how can we, let's say I need to send age, grade, and ID, and let's say I need to send an employee integer ID and let's say float salary and short age, and let's say I have a function here, name it what, employee, and I wanna pass those values from main to function, let's say employee, so he can do some calculation on it. Let's think of a calculation. Okay, let's say see out enter ID in ID and see out. Oh, my machine is going crazy, it's been up. And now let's say we're gonna have enter salary and cn salary, and then let's say we have C out enter salary, enter ID, enter age, and I should draw this in memory, but let's see what. Okay, we enter all those. Now I'm gonna pass them to function employee, and let's say I'm gonna pass ID is gonna stay the same. If it's not changing, I can send it by reference. Why should I send a copy? Okay. Address of ID and let's say salary. I want to send it as an address, and age, I'm sending it as a copy called by value, and those other two are called by reference. And do you want this program to send back anything? Let's say we add $100 on the salary and send it back, so it's gonna return what? Oh no, age. I'm gonna have to return age. Let me show you. So what should we do on age? Let's add anything to age. Add 5 to age, and so it's gonna, this function is gonna return integer, return value. I'm gonna say value, which is gonna be age, and I'm calling that function. And now I need to do this function. Function, what do I need? The return data type, which is an integer, the name of the function, and the value I'm gonna pass. This is how the functions communicate, using arguments. Here what we call arguments. So this one is gonna be passed an ID, which is called by a reference, and it's gonna be passed a salary, also called by reference, and it's gonna be passed a C, let's say ABC, which is called by reference, and this is called by value. Those I'm sending the address of A and B, and this is I'm sending a copy of C. And here I can say do anything, just a small thing. Let's say I want to add to A plus A equals A plus 5. I added to ID, and I'm gonna add to salary 100. So B equals B plus 100, and I'm gonna be adding to age C equals 10. Let's say I'm gonna add to age 10, and let's see how all of that is affected. And I can say here C out well A, just to check what values they are, B, and C, and end line. So we're gonna see the values of those in function, in this function, in function employee. And now I'm gonna say return what? Return age. I don't have to return the others because they are called by reference. Here I'm sending a copy of the new, let's say C. I can't say age because it's not gonna define as age. So now here we did this, I'm doing this, enter age, enter salary, C in age, hey, C in age, and now I'm calling that function. What do I need also? Function prototype is really important. The function prototype, we add it here, remember it? I need to say I have a function integer employee, and it's taking an integer address, address 1 minute ID, salary was float, and here an integer. This is just specifying what I'm gonna, okay, this is gonna be short, sorry. So here I have a short, this will give me an error. So what did I put here? And the employee ID is gonna be an integer, B is a float, which is the salary, and this is short, and this is the function header after main. This is the function body, and this is the function prototype. So now let's see, I enter those. Now I want to show you something. I want to say cout address of ID equals, and I'll print the address. Here's the address of ID, and then here I'll say cout I'm gonna output the address of salary and the address of age. So this is gonna be the address of salary, and this is the address of age, and it's gonna give us the address in memory. So we're gonna see all that, and backslash and end line, and end line. And should we print the addresses here and check them out? I'm printing the values here, and let's print the addresses before. This is gonna be address of A, B, and C, and here I'm gonna say cout so I'm now in the function \n close it, semicolon. And now I want to print those also before I do any changes to them, so I can see Control V, and here I'm gonna say, well, I'm gonna say cout exiting function \n and let's print the values, and let's take those. Okay, and here I'm gonna have ID. I don't want the addresses, I want the values, and here I'm gonna have age, and I can check again their addresses in case we need to know what's going on. And here I'm gonna say back to main, back to main, \n. So what's happening is, let's see, we declare 3 variables. Those I'm gonna enter those variables. It's gonna save them in those memory locations, and then I'm gonna output the addresses of those. I'm gonna pass, well, 2 of those, ID and salary, as call by reference, meaning I'm gonna pass the address. So I'm gonna pass the actual ID and the actual salary. So any changes on ID or salary in the function will change it in main. But age, I'm sending a copy. So anything I'll do on age, like what I did here, won't affect age in the main. Those two are ID and salary. They will affect main, and we'll see how that is gonna happen. And now let's start to running this. Save and clear, compile and run. Enter an ID number 10. Oops. What happened? Do I have a loop in my code? I didn't take ID as that. What happened to this code? I don't have any loop in any way except what the function calling, and it's not gonna do anything. There's no loop, yeah? Okay. Return C. C is a short. Okay. That might be a problem. This is gonna be a short, and here I'm returning a short. So here I'm gonna have to make this as short, but it, and what else here? I need to change that to short, and good, it did it here, but there's nothing going up here. Salary is float, so no problem. Age, okay. We change the numbers and see what went wrong. ID equals, let's say 52. I want to make it small. It's running. Okay. Okay, I'm running that program. I'm not running this. Sorry guys, I'm telling you, it's been a hell of a day. That's good. What is this program? Call by value? Call by reference. Let's see. Okay. Call by value, call by reference. Okay. Age is what? Invalid initializer of non-constant reference of type integer from an R value of type integer pointer. Which one is that? R value is not pointer. Call value reference error in passing argument 1 of short integer employee short integer. Okay, let's go fix this problem first. It's line 45 or is it 20? Okay, let's go check it. I don't think this makes a difference. Oh, I didn't close the function. No, I closed it here. So what's wrong? Is it short? Okay, let's save and compile and run. Okay. From invalid initializer of non-constant type integer. Initialization from a right value of type right value. Where's the right value? Okay, I don't think here we put okay. So it's not liking which one? It's not this one. The call function, and let's do save. Expected before return. Okay, let's say where's return? Okay, thank you. So that means we're on the right way, and let's clear, compile and run. Enter ID 54, salary let's say 10,000, age is 32. So now address of ID is this, address of salary is this, you see they're gonna be, and address of age is this. So now we're going to the function. Address of ID is where? Is it the same address? Yes. Address of salary, is it the same address? Yes. Address of age, is it the same? No. And here what do? 54 minus 10,000 minus 32, 59 minus, what is this doing here? What was the function doing? Is it doing that thing? Okay, A plus 5. Let's see what's going on. Okay. Plus 5, but why did it take it? Gave us 59. What is that? What's happening here? Function, and here's what I'm printing. Okay, I got it. We print those, the addresses. We see age is different, but the rest are the same. Now here I'm saying print those. A, which is 54, salary 10,000, and age 32, and now I'm adding 510, and I'm printing them again. Now I'm going back to main. You can see those didn't change. This went back to original. So age in main is different than age. This is called by value and called by reference. This is called by value and called by reference. Another good example useful for tomorrow's exam is, we can say with the code. Let's do this. And this is what I'll usually do. I'll have integer num and cn num, and here I'll have num, and here I'll have num1, and this will have two integers. I don't need those. Integer num and num1, this, and I don't need age. I'm gonna need a function if I want to print what here, address of num and address of num1. The ampersand $sign is the address. I'm not gonna need this. This is another program, guys, real quick. I'm gonna demonstrate for tomorrow's exam. So here, short employee, let's say integer here, add next type, and this I'm gonna send what num and num1, and what am I gonna be sending as by value? So I'm gonna have integer and integer. One of them is called by value and the other is called by reference, and let's name it check, function check. And now I'll change this one to check. I want to print what here, num, and here num1, and I'm gonna delete this. I'm not gonna need this. Okay. And I can take this and copy and put it here in the function check, but I can't pass. I should pass it non-capital. So now, so those are two different values, and I posted in the wrong place. Did I? No, we wanted it here, I think. Yep. And now I'm gonna have it here also. But here I'm gonna take num and num1, num1, two head. Okay, I'm entering num1. I'm checking. I'm saying this. Okay, here I want to add. I'm doing any calculation to the on num1. I'm going to say equals num1 plus 10, and here's the type of question I'll bring like that, and I'll have a cout in main, and I'll tell you what's the value of this this. Now your return is C, and you don't have C anymore. You're gonna return num1. You can do that. Anything else you can't. So here I'll say short. Here is an integer. I change my function to an integer. Check. So now I can save. Did I add anything to num1? Num1 equals plus 20. I'm going to check num1 and num2. So save and clear, compile. Error num was not declared. Check num1. Okay, I thought I was changing that and call undefined reference to check. Undefined reference to check. Oops, why is it undefined reference to check? Where's check? Here's check. Address. I'm doing this. This is okay. I don't think it's bothered with this. A and B, and we can change this to, but that won't affect anything. I don't think so. B, A, B, and return B. Why did I change all that? Oof. So let's see what it's not liking. Then not like, it might be not liking something in the prototype. We'll see now. Undefined reference to check. Undefined reference. Let's see what I can do here. Undefined reference to check. Call value characteristic in function main. Okay, this check there is not defined. Okay, maybe I have something wrong in the definition. This check. Here, what do I have? Okay, here's the problem. Sorry guys. Check, and I'm gonna save and compile and run, and say we put 10 for the call by value reference, 20 for the call by value, and here's the addresses for the num and num1. And here we go to the function. We can see this address is the same. This changed, meaning it's not the same value, it's a copy. Now I added 10 to this one, so it became 20, and 20 to that one, it became 40. So let's see, what did it return to main? Back to main 20 and 20. So it didn't keep that value because it was called by value. Function check had his own copy. He added on it 20, so it became 40. Nothing affected main's copy. In the case of num, I sent the address of 10. Anything function check changes on my copy in that address location. And we can see here's the address, and here's the address of num1. This is important, guys. Call by value, call by reference, important for tomorrow's exam. Now we're gonna go to the assignments.